What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. This is Web Dev Journey, and in today's video we're going to be talking about HTTP streaming. So basically, we all know that in Node.js, streams are everywhere, right? And the idea is that you want to use streams whenever you can, right? You want to just stream everything. So what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be building a HTTP server that can stream a video to the web browser. Okay. All right. Sorry for my voice; it's a little scratchy. It might sound better because it's scratchy. A lot of ladies told me that. No, I'm playing. It's only my wife that told me that. But still, I don't even think my wife appreciates it. All right. Anyways, let's get to this. So we're gonna be doing from scratch, everything from scratch. I'm not gonna be using a boilerplate because that's no reason. But anything that we do here, you can absolutely use it in your own, structured Node.js structure. I'm just going to be doing everything from scratch. So what we need to do, since we're going to be using a server, right? We need to grab something from require the HTTP module, so that way we create that, create that server, and it's actually called create server. Okay. Next thing we need to grab is that create read stream, because like I said, we are going to be reading a MP4 from our files right here and then streaming that to the browser. So what we need to do is actually grab that as well, and you already know where that's from. Is going to equal require. It's from the FS system module, and that's called the create read stream. There it is. And last but not least, we do need to, I'm gonna just create, well, you don't really need to do this, but I'm gonna create a file name, and I'm just point it to the file that we want, right? Which is the anime dancing right there. All right, so we have everything that we need, so that way we can start streaming, right? So we're gonna create a server down here, create server. We're going to do something with that server, right? It's going to have, you already know, rec res. You should already know this stuff. It's basically the same thing. And then down here, we're going to just chain on the .listen. We're going to be listening on port 5050 because I don't know what I'm running in my computer right now, so I just want to make sure. And then we're going to have a simple callback, which is going to just say, hey, log server running on port 5050. There we go. And that's it, right? So this is going to handle all of the requests coming in, obviously, because we don't have a routes. So I'm not going to explain what's going on. Like, this is honestly simple stuff. Like, you shouldn't even worry about this. What you should worry is about what we're going to be putting inside of here. That's the main idea, right? So in here, what we want to do right off the bat is, it's a good idea to send the browser what you're actually sending when it comes to videos or files. Well, basically everything, right? It's a good idea to send the browser any information you can about what you're going to be sending. So in this case, what we're going to be sending, we're going to do a write head. We're going to be sending it to 200 because it's okay, everything's fine. And we're also going to be sending the content type, which is video /MP4. Okay. And then after this, what we could do is create a read stream. Remember, create read stream with that file name, with that file inside of here. And what we could do is just pipe that. So this is going to read that file name, which is our MP4. This is going to read our MP4. And what we want to do is pipe this to the res. Now, if you did not know, res or response is actually a writable stream, right? So we could just literally pipe this to res, and it's going to, pipe it to the browser. And this is how simple it is, guys. We could actually test this out. Let's do node and HTTP. Server port is running on 5050. Let's get out a browser. Whoa, right here. Let's go to localhost 5050, and there it is right there. It's that simple, right? Now there is a slight improvement that what there's a slight improvement we could do, right? And that is to send the how big, or not how big, how long the video is to the browser, so that browser could know that as well. And the way we could do that is this FS module does have another thing we could pull out, which is called stat. And this is going to give you details about that file that you're trying to read, right? Or that file, a specific file that you send it, right? Now, one thing to note, stat does use callbacks. I'm not too sure if they updated it or not. I'm pretty sure it's just callbacks. They use callbacks. Yeah, callbacks, which we don't really want. We don't want to use callbacks at all, right? We're done with callbacks. We want to, use promises, right? Async and await. So what I'm going to do is grab something, which is promisify from the module require module. And this is from the util module. And we could grab that promisify. There it is. And what this does is that it's going to create this stat into a promise. So that way we can start using promises instead of just regular old callbacks. So what I'm going to do is say const file info. And we're going to set, we're going to use promisify, and we're going to just promisify the stat that we have up there, right? So now this stat is called file info, and we could use promises on it. That's basically it. Control save that for right now. So like I said, that guys, you could look at the Node.js documents for stat, and it'll tell you everything that it is, right? What you could do with it or not. But simply what we want is just the size of the video. That's it. So that way we could send it to the browser, so that way the browser knows. So what we could do is I'm going to just destructure what it's going to give back. And we're going to use await on this, file info, and we want to send it the file name, right? We want to send it this MP4, so that way we could grab what we want from here is the size. So that way we could grab the size of this file name, right? That is it. And since we want to await for it, we're going to be awaiting before all this happens. Since we are using await over here, we do need to use async. There we go. And now that we have the size, what we could do over here is say content length. Hey, let me know in the videos if I should do a series or a mini series on, this kind of stuff. Headers, right? A lot of people don't know about headers, or like what type of headers there are. There's a ton of types of headers. You could actually, figure that out for yourselves. But if you prefer me to do a small video on it, I'll look into that, okay? So anyways, this is the content length, and we're just sending it the size that it gave us back, right? And we're also sending it content type, video MP4, and all that stuff. If you control save this now, control C, and rerun this again. Let's try it out. Let's refresh, and there we go. We have everything running smoothly, right? So now, if you did not know, we are displaying this using the HTML5 video component. The browser knows this because we actually sent that information saying that, hey, we're going to be sending a MP4 to you, so do with it what you can. And the browser is smart enough to say, okay, since this is the video, we're going to be using the HTML5 video component. All right. Now, there are some nuances that we do need to clear up, okay? So if I play this right now, if I try to go forward, you're going to see that, hey, it's not letting me skip through any of this, right? That's because we have not set that up. I know you might be wondering, wow, that is a lot that we got to do. And it's absolutely true. There is a lot of things that you have to do with the video, and especially with Safari. I'm not too sure about Safari. I don't really work on Safari as much. I mean, I don't test my stuff in Safari browsers as much, but when I did test this out in Safari, way back in the day when I learned this, I think Safari had problems with range request. By the way, trying to pick a point in the future right here, that's called a range request, right? So Safari, Safari requires you to handle these range requests, okay? So if you didn't have that range request handler, Safari wouldn't even display this video at all. Luckily for Chrome and Firefox, they don't really care. But for Safari, yeah, they're pretty picky, as we all know, right? Let me pause this. So that's what we're going to be doing now, is handling those range requests, trying to get that future point, right? So that way we could scrub through this video if we wanted to. So let's go back to our code. Let's stop this for right now. All right, but range requests are actually handled by the headers. So in order to grab the range, we do need to grab that from the headers. So we're going to do const. I'm going to just call it range. And we're going to set this equal to rec dot headers dot range, and it's called range. There it is, range. Okay. Now, obviously, we're going to take a look at this so that way you know what's going on or what we're doing, right? So we're going to log out the range, and we're going to grab that range. There it is. All right. Now let's take a look at this range that we're having, right? So let's go back to, or actually let's start this first. So node, well, let me just go up right there. All right, 50-50. And let's go back to the browser and check this out. So I'm gonna just refresh this. All right, and I'm gonna click on another future point. Okay, you're gonna see that. All right, I'm gonna pause this. Let's go back to the console.log and look at this. Check this out. All right, so this first range, don't worry about this. For the favicon, it doesn't really matter what we're doing. The second one is what's more interesting, right? This is the one that we want. And this right here, guys, is going to give us a range of what you actually want from that video. Maybe from the start to the middle of the section, or maybe the middle section to the end of the video, whatever, right? This is going to give us that little bit of info. And the way we're going to actually have to do this is actually parse this header. And this is where we actually start, coding up our range request, right? So let's actually do that right here. I'm going to leave this up because this is going to be useful in a bit. All right, so first of all, what I do want to tackle is, I'm actually going to get rid of this, is I'm going to say if there is an actual range request, if we're actually making a range request, what we want to do is do something else, right? Handle that range request. Else, what I want to do is literally all this that we have right here, copy all this. This is what we're going to serve them if there is no range request, right? Just the full on video. And now let's go to the range, the if. So if there is a range request, meaning that they are asking, they're asking for a, future point, that's what we need to do right here. So this is going to be coming in handy because, like I said, this 0 is from the start and then to whatever, to the end, or maybe from the middle to the end. So what we need to do is parse this. We need to grab that first integer and the second integer. That is the start and end, right? So we do need to parse this header. So what I'm gonna say is let, and I'm gonna just use destructuring array. So I'm gonna call this a start and end point, or elements, or indexes. Yeah, indexes, sorry about that. So we're gonna set this equal to, and I'm just going to grab that. So I'm gonna just say range dot replace. God, I hate it when it doesn't do that, right? And I'm gonna use regex, right? So I'm gonna just grab anything that says bytes, because we're using bytes right here, right? Bytes. So I'm gonna grab that equals like that, right? Because bytes equals. And what I'm gonna do now is right here, we're gonna replace it with nothing, and then after that we're going to split the hyphen, or whatever, I think it's called a hyphen, right? This thing right here, right? This. So it's going to split that, giving us the 0 for the start and then whatever else to the end. Okay. You should know how, you should already know by looking at this, you should know what we're doing. That's not hard. And we do need to have the start and end as integers. So we do need to say start. I'm gonna just do that really quick. So I'm gonna say start is going to equal parse int. There we go. And I want to parse int the start, and we want to do base 10. And also we want to do the exact same thing for the end. Now the end is going to be a little bit different. As you see right now, we don't really have a number. So for the end, there can or cannot be a number, right? Wait, did that make sense? So there might or might not be a number for the end. So we do need to just check that. So I'm gonna just say, hey, if there is an end, what we want to do is, parse int the end, right? If there isn't an end, then what we want to do, just grab the full length of the video, whatever the length of the video is. And we could do that by just saying size, which we already know what it is, right? -1, that's it, okay? And now that we have all that information, we can start writing our headers. So res.headers, or right, sorry, not headers, right headers. There you go, right head. And this time, instead of saying 200, we're actually going to send 206. And this basically means we're going to be sending partial data, okay? Which is correct, right? We're only sending partial data. Partial content. It's partial content. Sorry about that, guys. Partial content. All right, anyways. So the first header we're going to write is content range. Content range. And this is going to just, what is the range of the content, right? And we need to say it's going to be in bytes. Bytes. There we go. And well, I should be using backticks on this because we're going to be using those start and end dates, right? So we're going to say we're going to be using the start, and it's going to go through the end. And we also need to send it the size file. So just size. Okay, there we go. Did I do this right? Okay, I did. Okay, awesome. Nope, not that. All right, next up is going to be accept ranges. And we're just going to be letting them know that, hey, we're working with bytes here, all right? That's it. And the next one is going to be the content length. Content dash length. Now you might be thinking this is just the size of the video. It's not just the size. It's literally the start minus the end and then +1, right? Because we're not sending them the whole video. We're sending them part of the video, which is start minus end, right? And last but not least is the content type. Matter of fact, I'm just going to copy it from down here. Content type, which is this, right? Ooh, right there. All right. Now that we have all this in play, now what we could do is, read that file. So we're going to do another, actually, let me just grab this again. I'm going to just grab this right here, copy this. It's exactly the same thing. The only difference is that in the create restream, we could actually add some options of like where we want this to start and end, right, for the video. So we could just say, hey, we want it to start in the start and end at the end variables that we have up here. And this is going to send part of the video, right? This is going to be handling our range requests. Let's give this a go, shall we? Control save, Control C this out, and then let's do this. All right, hopefully it all works, man, honestly. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna refresh this. Okay, video's playing. Can I scrub? Yes, look at that. I could start, which is, look at this. I could start scrubbing, which is really, really nice, as you saw. Now we're actually handling our range request. Honestly, guys, streams isn't that hard. It's just a lot of things that you gotta do. All right, so now that we have all this and you actually learned something new, which is this options here, we could tell the create restreams about these options, about where to start and where to end. Now what we want to do is actually start, what's it called? Reading streams from the browser. So right now we're actually reading streams from the server side and then just sending it out to the browser, right? But what if a user wants to upload a video, right? That's what we're going to be doing, is browsing or streaming from the browser side of things, okay? Now, like I mentioned, I don't know, almost in the beginning of the video, response is a writable stream, which makes request a response, writable stream, and this is a readable stream, okay? So any source that is coming in from the request is going to be as a readable stream, and we could use this for our advantage, right? So, well, first thing I need to do is clean this up a bit, okay? So what I'm gonna do is cut this all out over here. I'm gonna create a const send OG video. This is going to send the original video that we had, right? So we're going to just set this equal to this async function, okay? And do that. And the reason I'm doing this is because, like I said, since this is a create server, this is listening on just one port. So I'm gonna just set to the side for right now. And then in here, what we're going to be doing is listening for certain things. So in here, what I'm going to be listening for is if rec.url, oh boy, .url, let's say that if it equals /og, what we want to do is just give them the original, original video, which is this right here, this little function. So I'm gonna grab this. What we want to do now is just say, hey, we want to respond with this, so send OG video. And we're gonna pass in the rec and the res, and that's it, right? Oh, by the way, I forgot, since we are doing this, we do need to say rec res right here as well. This is going to equal a new thing, and there we go. Anyways, there we go. So else, what we want to do is send out a, sorry, that was just my guy, my coworker. Anyways, what we're going to be doing is sending out a form, so that way they could choose a file from the desktop, all that stuff, all that, right? So I don't even know what I said right there. So I'm gonna just do res right head, so that way we could get, I honestly need to start doing right heads more, or headers more, because we don't even do that in any of our projects, right? Anyways, so we're gonna send out a 200. What we're going to do is say content type. Content type, yeah. Okay, sorry, yeah. Content type. It's going to be text / HTML. Okay, yeah. You might. This is old school, bro. This is really like, we don't even do this no more. Res.end. Maybe people do this still. And so, like I said, we're going to be sending out a form. So this is where we're going to be writing our form. I'm gonna use backticks for this, and let's get rid of this. All right, so right in here, one more. Okay, right here, this is where we're going to do it. So we're going to use a form tag, and we'll get into that in a bit. And in here, we're going to have a input, and this input is going to be type. Okay, I'm gonna just pause the video and then just do all this before I even show you. All right, so what I did right here is create a form. Obviously, we have input type file, name, upload file, button, upload file, right? And the form is going to be ink type, is going to be multi-part, form data, method, post, action is going to go to the home page, right? So now that we have this, control save, we could actually see if we actually, have something. So let's go back over here. So if I refresh this, we should have we should have had a form. I guess not. What's going on here? Hold on, let me see. Did I save it? I don't know. Let me try one more time. All right, let's do this again. Let's refresh this. Okay, it's not working. What if I go to /og? It should be, yeah, obviously if I go to /cat, it's still going to be the same thing, because so okay, hold on, let me actually figure this out and see. I'm gonna come back. Okay, I figured it out. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, control save this. That was really dumb of me. Let's go back. If I refresh this now, there you go. We have this form. If I go to /cat, whatever, /og, we're gonna get that file or that video. All right. But if I go to home, yes, there you go, the form. All right. Now that we have this, now let's try to write up some code to handle this upload file, right? Because that's the whole point of this, to upload files. So down here, as you notice that we have this method for post. So what I'm going to say is, I'm gonna just change this to else if. What I'm going to be doing is adding another if statement right here. So we're gonna say if the rec.method, there you go. If this equals to post, which if we upload a file over here, if we upload a file, it's going to send a post request to the homepage, which is this again. So if there's a method called post, what we want to do is handle that method, right? That upload file, right? Now, like I said, rec is a readable stream and res is a writable stream. So now, since everything is coming from the rec, we could actually just pipe rec to res, right? So we're gonna say rec dot pipe is, you're probably like, what you didn't know? Yeah, it's yeah, I know, right? And we're going to just do this as an example, right? So we're going to just pipe everything that rec gives us to the res. And we're going to be doing this 3 separate ways, so that way you can see that, you know, this is actually true. So we're going to pipe rec to our console.log, and we're going to be using process.stud out, since, you know, that's basically console.log, just letting you know. And we're also going to be doing a create read stream, or write stream, sorry, create write stream. There it is. So add that, and we're going to do right here, create write stream, and we're going to be creating a file called uploaded.file, whatever, right? So if I hit enter, save right here, you're going to see that this is all going to work, because like I said, rec is a readable and res is a writable, and any readable stream could be sent to a writable stream, or piped to a writable stream, right? So let's give this a go. Let's go back to our browser, refresh this, and I don't have a file. Let me actually create one right here. Let me create a file called, you know, test.txt, and I'm gonna get some lorem ipsum. Okay, I got some bacon lorem ipsum. There we go. All right, so this is what we're going to be using as our test file, right? So let's give this a go. Let's go back to the browser. Let's upload a file, or actually choose file, right? Let's go to the, where's my little, there it is, Node.js streams, and this is the one we want to do, test.txt. Open that up. Now we have that. I said test. Okay, yeah. And then let's upload this. Let's see what happens, right? So once we upload it, you're going to see that, hey, we have it in our console log. We actually had it in our browser. Look at that, right? And we actually have it, where's that little upload file, right? Right here as well. So as you can see, we could actually, like I said, you know, pipe readable streams to writable streams. Since rec is a readable stream, we piped it to the res, which is a writable stream. Now, the only reason we did a text file for right now is because I wanted you to see a problem that we're going to run into if we just started doing videos, and that is this form boundaries. So whenever we have multi-part form data, what actually happens is our response streams the file that we uploaded. So the contents of whatever the file is, be that a text file or a binary file, which is a MP4, right? It gets streamed as text, and then these form boundaries appear, right? So we see this WebKit form boundary up right here, and this gives us information about the file. We can see the file name, where is it at? File name, content type, and so on and so forth. So in order to get a MP4 working, we actually have to parse this response, right? And we're not going to be doing that, you know, we're not going to do that from scratch. We're going to be using an npm module. We've used it before, and by the way, we've done this before, and I will have a video down in the description on where we actually did this before. We've done this form before, or somewhat of this form, a version of this form using ink type, you know, all that stuff. So I'll have that video down in below, so that way you can check it out as well. So let's get that module, the one I was talking about. Control-C this, clear this out, and that module is called multi-party. All right, so npm I multi-party, and this is going to be the module that we use to parse out the data, or parse the data out. Yeah, right. All right, so up above, let's get that. So I'm gonna just do it right here. So const multi-party is going to equal require multi-party. Yes, there are other modules that does exactly the same thing. It's just that I'm more familiar with this one than anything else, and this is pretty popular as well. So, you know, yeah, just do whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm just familiarized with multi-party more than anything. And now down below, instead of just piping everything to a writable stream, which we don't want, we're going to be using that multi-party, right? So I'm going to just say we're going to create a variable called form. We're going to set this equal to create a new instance of multi-party. There it is. And we're going to use the dot form. There it is. And then what we're going to do is parse that form. So form dot parse. There it is. And we're going to be parsing the rec that we get in, right? So now the form will actually parse our multi-party request, and it will give us any files that are inside that upload request as parts. It will also give us any form data. So if we actually had a form where users were inserting text and filling that out, all of that would come inside of the same request stream, and this multi-party will simply just parse it off. All right. Now what I want to do is actually listen to events that this form does give us, or this, multi-party gives us. So we're going to go over here and say form dot on. There we go. And this event is called part. Now remember, like I said, this multi-party parts our information and gives us part by part of the content, right? So there's an event listener called part, and it's going to give us a part back. And what we want to do is just send that part into a create write stream, right? So we're going to just grab that part and then just pipe that to a create write stream. Create write. Okay, there it is. Create write stream. And for right now, I'm just going to send it to the, I'm going to actually use backticks for this. I'm going to just send it to the current directory with the, let me see, where is it at? Right here. And we're going to just name it. I've got this part, whatever the part is, dot file name. Now it, along with the multi-party, it does give us the file name of this. So we're going to get that part dot file name. And this will make more sense once we actually run this and you see what's going on, right? So anyways, along with this, we're going to add a dot on. Okay, so this is all one big line of code. So I'm just, for our sake, I'm gonna just put this in another line, and then in another line I'm gonna say dot on as well. So we just want to notify once this pipe create stream is closed, dot on, damn it, close. What we want to do is just, tell the user, hey, everything was great, everything went right. So res dot write head, we're going to send in a 200. And the content type, the content type of this is going to be text / HTML. And right here, we're going to res.end. And we're simply going to just send out a H1, right? And we're going to say file uploaded, and give out that same thing, part and file name. So grab this and put it right here, and that's it. And this is basically what we're doing. So once they upload something, we're going to be reading it, parsing it out, and then creating a write stream. Give that whatever that upload, save it into our current directory, and also just tell them, hey, we've uploaded it. That's it we're doing. That's all we're doing for right now. Don't worry, we are going to get into the video, but this is pretty much it. So that way you can see what's going on, okay? So let me get rid of these. And here we go. So let's try this again. npmi. No, not that. Damn it. My bad. Not that. No, there we go. And let's start this again, all right? So let's go over here. Let's refresh this. No, we don't want that. So let's just, all right. So let's choose a file. And this time we're going to choose a video file. And let's choose a file. And this file is actually going to be from this, where we're going to be using that anime dancing MP4. Open this up and let's upload that file, right? Ooh, something went wrong. Let me see what's going on. Okay, it might have given us an error. The reason why is because probably, I'm not too sure yet. So what I'm going to do is just create another folder. I'm going to say copy. All right. So what we're going to be doing is uploading this into /copy/ there. All right. This is where we're going to be doing it. I think the reason why it was giving us an error is because it's going to give us the same name as anime dancing. And we'll get into it in a bit. Just hold on. Let's do this one more time. Hopefully everything runs smoothly. Refresh this. Nope. Okay, not refresh. Choose file. Let's get this anime dancing. Open this up. Upload it, and there we go. Okay, that was a problem. So, as you see right here, it's saying that file uploaded is anime dancing.mp4. And if we go to our over here into our copy, where is it at? Where's our copy folder? Oh, here it is. Copy. You're gonna see that hey, we have anime dancing. And let's see if it actually does work. So I might actually open this in a new folder. Oh no, sorry. Open this. Reveal file explorer right here. So open that, and there it is right there. Pretty awesome, right? All right, so let me actually explain to you what's happening. Okay, so part is part of the form data that's coming in. So the only part that we have is literally this input, the type file, name, uploaded file. That is it. But if I did have more things in here, that would certainly come in as a part. But like I said, the only part that I have is just this one file, which is our video file, right? This upload file. So when we're piping that part to the write stream, it's going to pipe that video that we sent in. And then on close, we're just saying, hey, we've successfully uploaded that video, which is right? We do have it over here. And now with all this said, you should have a somewhat of a firm grasp on streams with Node.js. We've done it where we went from bare bones streaming, right? We talked about every type of stream. Well, not every, but mostly all the known streams. And then we also went and created this project where we stream videos from our server side to the client, and also streamed videos from our client side to our server side. Uploading videos, right? So I hope you guys learned something from this series. Hope you have a good time with streams, because I know streams is a very important part of Node.js, so you might as well just get familiarized with it. And also, I hope you have a great day, because this is the end of the video. So thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you for spending your time watching my video. It means a lot to me. I know this is a very long video, but it was very informative, I think, in my opinion. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next series, because this is the end of the series. So thank you guys, and have a good day. Thank you, and bye.